evidence-based health professionals have helped you? And
Well,
yeah.
that's a tough one now because I would say they didn't.
There we are. So did
My
you have a physical
experience was,
therapist or a exercise fit? You had no one besides your oncology medical team?
what happened was when I was finished my third round of chemo in 6 years, I walked out of the oncology office. They grabbed me at the billing office before I left, of course, to make sure the bill was paid.
Mm,
And then it was as if I dropped off a cliff.
mm,
Nothing.
mm.
My social networks had been destroyed. It had been financially devastating. I still didn't know if I was all right or not, because there was a lot of, I have an indolent lymphoma, which is theoretically not curable, though I don't believe that. I'm an NED at this point, but I had no support, which is actually what got me into looking at this entire experience and starting to really dig into not only what are the practical considerations in terms of what you can do, how do you find people? How do you reach out? What do you need? And what are the emotional, spiritual aspects of this? Because you have to find a way to make some sort of sense of this experience in your life. And I think one of the things that came out of it all for me, believe it or not, was incredible joy. I had a joy of life that I have to this day that I that is just remarkable. And I look on social media and I see how so many people get into a negative habit of complaining, of being down, of, everything goes to the lowest common denominator. And I don't think that's where you want to be, which is why I tell Eric's story. I think you want to be a climber and you have to figure out how to do that for yourself. And it's going to take possibly years of revamping your life. And this is a great opportunity to revamp your life because chances are it has been fatally broken in one part or another.
Yeah, and there is so much support. Like, I've studied it. All my colleagues have studied it. We have 1,200 people on the website now that offering these services to people. But it's getting that knowledge out there. It's not
Yep.
only the oncology team that we need to educate, it's also, just say, at a survivorship level. And it shouldn't have had a gap. Like when you went downstairs to the billing department, you probably should have gone in and seen people like Foundation 96 to be able to say, hey, we're with you now. These are the things that could happen. And we'll talk about it when you're ready, because there's too much information at that time. It's when you're ready and in the way that you want to receive that information. Did you want a phone call? Do you want a text message? Do you want an email? Do you want a brochure? Do you want a video? How will you receive, or what is your best way of doing it? But it's just a fact, that you can contact someone that you can ask, because majority of people don't know, oh, is this just part of cancer and treatment? Like, this will be me now? They don't
Yeah.
realize that, no, your arm should actually go above your head. And yes, you should be able to put your arm behind your back. There are things that people just take for granted that there's no services for. And if the worst case scenario, which happens all day long, is you've had lymph nodes removed and no one has gone in and got the lymphedema therapist appointment for you so you can get your measurements done before anything happens. And
No, I think you're absolutely right. And the thing that's so difficult is you, as a patient, you don't even know where to start or what to do.
mm,
And if you can find some place in a network like that to plug in, it doesn't have to be the exact right place.
mm,
It's okay. You'll connect with somebody, you'll learn something, then you'll make another decision.
mm.
And in doing that iteratively, you start to find your way in this post-cancer, phase. And I think that having a network of people where you can start thinking, oh gosh, I could use some physical therapy, or what do I do about diet?
Mm.
Whatever, exercise, whatever it might be. I think having that network there and presented to you is unbelievably helpful.